All right, folks. I think we're good on those three problems. You should have gotten, for number one, what'd you get? 8. How about for the middle one? -1. And for the end one? -81. Okay, any questions on that at all? Good, because today we're going to be doing word problems. Okay, I need to remind you that when we are doing word problems, you can only use one variable, which means the variable is always going to be for what you know the least about. What you know the least about. Okay. If there's two things that I don't know about, your variable is whatever you know the least amount about. So we're going to start with one of these consecutive integer problems. Remind me again what an integer is. What's an integer? Bingo. I couldn't have said it better myself. Positive or negative whole numbers. In this question, what kind of integers am I talking about? It says 2 consecutive even integers. Can you guys put a box around that for me? If I know the first one is x, how far apart are even integers? They are 2 apart. So what would the next one be represented as? Good. So now that we have this, now we're going to go back to the problem and we are going to write an equation. Okay? So it says 3 times the lesser. Which one of these is the lesser? X would be the lesser, right? How do I do 3 times that? 3x. 3 times the lesser of 2 consecutive even integers is, what does is mean to do? Equals 6 less than. What does less than mean to do? Subtract and flip. So the -6 is going to go on the end. And then it says 6 times the greater. Which of these is the greater? X plus 2. So it's 6 times the greater. How do we all feel about that? A-okay? Okay, we're going to go around the room here. I'm going to start over here with Mr. Stahl. How am I going to solve that? Okay, what do you got? Okay, back to Luke. After we distribute that 6, now what are you going to do? Next, we'll do that. Does anything go together first? There you go. What do you get there? You got it. Everybody doing okay? Over to Gage. What am I going to do next? Move the 6x over. Now, folks, that one is not the smallest one, is it? It doesn't matter. I prefer that you move the smaller one over. You can still move the bigger one over and get the same answer. You just have more room for error. Okay? What's my new equation then, Gage? Didn't those cancel? Good. Got it. Trevor, up to you. Okay. Okay. So, folks, how many numbers was I looking for? How many integers was I looking for? 2. I found the first one, didn't I? This guy up here is -2. So then what's this one? -2 is the x, correct? What is -2 plus 2? 0. So those are my 2 consecutive even integers. How are we doing there? You will have one of those on your homework tonight. Just one. Sound good? Okay. Let's go ahead and where do I want to go here? We'll just go in order, I suppose. Number 2, go ahead and read there about Chris and Nora. I want to know what the unknown is. They each have. We're talking about Chris and Nora. Isn't that 2 people? Do I get to use 2 different letters? No, I don't. So who do I know the least amount about, Nora or Chris? I don't know anything about Nora. Everything they talk about in here is about Chris. Okay, so we're going to say N is going to be for Nora. So now let's go back to the problem. And let's try and translate some stuff here. It says Chris has saved twice the number of quarters that Nora saved. How do I show twice the number of quarters that Noah saved? 2N. And then it says plus 6, right? So plus 6. And who is this? This is Chris, right? It also tells me that Chris saved 5 times the difference. How do I show 5 times the difference? With a subtraction in that parentheses, right? The difference of what, folks? The difference of quarters and 3 that Nora saved. How many quarters did Nora save? Aren't we using N for Nora? And 3. So I'm going to put a 3 on the other side. So I have these two representations. These are Chris, right? Everything here is about Chris. Same Chris or two different Chris's? Same Chris. So we're going to set them equal to each other because it's the same dude. Go ahead and solve. I believe I'm over to Quentin. Quentin, what would I do first here? And what do you get? Okay, up to Cody. What would you do next, sir? The 6 right here? Okay, he wants to do that. Did you put it only underneath the numbers? Right? Is everybody okay here? Now, this is not how I taught you how to do it, but this will work. He'll still get the right answer as long as he does everything right. What's my new equation, sir? What's my new equation, Cody? Nope, not plus 5n. 2n equals 5n, and then what do you get over here? Negative 21. All right, I'm going to let you finish this since you're doing it your way, okay, Cody? What are you going to do next? Now, if you subtract the 2n, you're bringing more stuff over there. I want to take the other n to that side, okay? So how would I move that over? Correct. Can I go back to the beginning and do it a different way? Would that be okay with you? Folks, are you guys okay with that? Woo, woo, woo. What am I doing here? Okay, so now that I'm here, Cody, I want to move the smaller n over. Which one is smaller? The 2. How do I move that over there? By subtracting it. And only do that under the n's, please. So now I have 6 is equal to 3n minus 15. Ladies and gentlemen, are you staying with me here? Okay, now that I have this, what are you going to get rid of? And how do you do that? You got it. Now we're in business. So now I have 21 is equal to 3n. Braden, how about you finish that for me? And what do you get? N is 7, folks. So who has 7 quarters? Nora has 7 quarters. That's what N was, right? Yeah, 7 quarters. How do I figure out how many Chris has? You're going to plug it in. You're either going to put it right here or you're going to put it right here. Where do you guys want to put it, left or right? Left. If I put it on the left, what is 2 times 7? Plus 6. So Chris has 20 quarters. Nora's got 7 and Chris has 20. How many dollars is that? $20 or 20 quarters is $5. 7 quarters is $1.75. So that's $21.75. Everybody all right? Moving along. Go ahead and read the next one. Say what? Can't do 2 variables. Nope. What's my unknown? But it says each day, so I really know it's not more than 1 day. It's only 1 day at a time. So the days are not unknown. This is going to be 1 day at a time. Is that okay? Guys, what's my unknown? What am I trying to find? Number of DVDs. Okay, let's talk about profit. How, if you are in business selling something, do you make a profit? What you spend. Quentin was going to say you raise the price so that you bring in more money than you spend, right? How much money do these people spend to make their DVDs? $1,500. Is that dependent on the number of DVDs that they make? No, it's just a flat $1,500. What else do they spend to make these DVDs? 80 cents per DVD. So every D costs them 80 cents to make. Okay. How much do they sell them for? How do I show $1.59 for each one? D. Okay, now, if I want to make a profit, I'm going to set them equal. If I can figure out where they're equal, that's where I don't make money, but I don't lose money. That's your break-even point. How are we doing with that? Okay, how am I going to solve this? I believe I'm over to Dalton, yep. 0.80 D? Mm-hmm. Those are D's, remember, folks. So now what do I have, sir? Over here. And those are D's. And this is still 1,500. Okay, now what are you going to do? Divide that over. So what's D? Folks, what's D? It's a big one. 1,800 and what? Point. Okay. Now, folks, I cannot have a 0.73 of a DVD. Now, I just want to ask you, if this is the number for me to break even, can I sell 1898 and make a profit? This is breaking even. So if I sell less than this, I'm losing money. So I have to make it 1899 if I want to make a profit. Is that all right, folks? Yeah? Okay. Anything over that, if I sell 2,000 of them, I'm making more money. If I only sell 1,000, I'm losing money. Okay. Okay? All right, go ahead and read that top problem on the back. I want to know what the unknown is. I know how many subscribers I have. What's the unknown, Dalton? How long it will take. What are we measuring time in here? Years. If you look at that chart, everything's in terms of years. So I'm going to say that Y is going to be my years. Okay, I need a representation for Alabama, please. No. We already have Y for years. I cannot use two variables. I have to use all Y's. We got a starting point for Alabama? Yeah, we do. Look at your chart. Right here, 3,765. That's how many people they started with. Then what happens? They gain, how many? 325 each year. How are we doing with that? Does it make sense? So now that I have that, you probably can tell me what Wisconsin's representation is. What's that going to be? Plus. And I want them to be equal because in the problem they told me they wanted them to be the same. So, I'm back to Savannah. How am I going to solve this? That's my smaller variable, so we're going to move it over. What do I got? Oh, I crossed off the wrong one, didn't I? This one gets crossed off. Okay. Okay. I'm back over to Mr. Stahl. What am I going to do next? I will not subtract the 33y. What do I have to... There you go. Subtract the 3, 7, 6, 5. Remember, we're trying to isolate the variable, folks. All right, what do I have left? Got it. 33y is equal to 77. Now what are you going to do? I'm over to Luke. Y is 2.3 repeating. Turn that into a fraction, please. 2 1/3. Is it okay to have a third of a year? Yeah, it is. Guys, how long is a third of a year? There's 12 months in a year. What's a third of 12 months? What's a third of 12 months? You look like you're trying to say the number I want. If I have 12 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, can you split that into thirds for me? I want 1/3, but if you can split them into 3 pieces, come on, guys. You know how fractions work. 3? That's 4. 4 months. 4, 8, 12. One last question. A third of a year is 4 months. A third of a year is 4 months. Bottom question. What's my unknown? Number of quarters. Okay, what do I know, folks? That means this, right? It's a total? What else do I know? How do I show 8 more than? 3 times the number of quarters. 3 times the number of quarters. 3q. Solve it. Equals a 92. Solve it. $28 quarters. What if you would have got a negative number for that? Can't. It'd be wrong. You'd have to go back and redo it. Would you be able to have a decimal? Nope. You'd have to go back and redo it. Okay, so your homework tonight has already been posted on Classroom. So here you go. Here's your class. It says your homework is 2-4 worksheet right here. Only do the following problems: 7 and 8, 10, 13, 21, 25, and 26. Those are the only problems that you need to do. Does this mean you should go home and print off the worksheet? No, this means you should use a separate sheet of paper, do the problems on your paper, but only do those that I told you to. Okay? Please don't.